Lesson number 6, benches, heater, and ventilation. Everything you need to know for your interior design of your DIY sauna. The perfect sauna design boils down to 3 steps. Step number 1, get a powerful heater. Step number 2, create a bench design where your feet are going to be above the top of the heater. And step number 3, add an air intake above the heater and a mechanical exhaust below the feet to suck the hot air and steam from the top to bottom. To implement the perfect sauna design, you'll need an area that's big enough to accommodate a sauna that's going to be a minimum of 8 feet wide by 8 feet long and 8 feet high. You'll also need enough room in your electrical panel to accommodate for a big electric heater, or to live in an area where you're allowed to install a wood burning stove. And finally, you'll need access to electricity in order to add a mechanical vent that will be used as an exhaust. With that being said, most of us don't have the perfect combination of having a big area to build, having lots of room in the electrical panel, and having electricity near the sauna. And that's okay. There's still a way to build a great sauna that will meet your needs. If you're dealing with size restrictions, try to stick with a minimum of 6 feet wide by 6 feet long and 80 inches tall. That way you'll be able to enjoy a great sauna experience and have room for yourself and up to 6 people in the sauna. With a 6x6 sauna, you can build a 2-tier bench with the top bench 1 inch higher than the sauna heater, which means that 3/4 of your body will be able to enjoy that intense heat and steam produced by the heater. With that being said, nothing will ever beat a 3-tier bench where your feet are above the heater. When it comes to choosing a sauna heater, the first thing that you want to do is find an online tool, usually offered by a manufacturer, that will help you determine what size of heater that you'll need for your sauna. The tool will ask you to input parameters like, is your sauna insulated? What's the square footage? And how many windows do you have in the sauna? And the tool will provide a list of sauna heaters that are perfect for your sauna. If you're on the fence between a wood burning stove and an electric heater, one thing that's clear is that wood burning stoves will heat up your sauna much quicker, and they tend to have a higher heat output. But they require more maintenance. You need to cut the wood, clean the firebox, and clean the chimney at least once or twice a year. On the other hand, electric heaters require almost no maintenance. Electric heaters tend to be better in urban settings, for insurance purposes, and also for the sake of your relationship with your neighbors. Not everybody's a big fan of the smell of smoke. Another point of interest for both wood burning stoves and electric heaters is the heater's capacity for stones. I opted for an electric heater with a large capacity for rocks because rocks hold the heat, and when you throw water on the rocks, then it creates more steam. Now let's talk ventilation. If you live in North America and have an electric heater, then you need 3 vents in your sauna. If you live anywhere else in the world and you have an electric heater, then you only need 2 vents. And the reason for that is because in North America, by law, our electric heaters require a high temp sensor, and adding that 3rd vent next to the sauna heater at the bottom cools down the sensor. Then everybody needs an intake vent above the sauna heater to increase air circulation and oxygen for the people in the sauna. And finally, an exhaust below the feet to extract the hot air and steam from the sauna. If you have access to electricity, then you should definitely add a mechanical vent in the hole for the exhaust. That will increase the amount of hot air being sucked from the top to the bottom of the sauna. The last tip that I have for you for the design of your sauna is to make sure that your door swings towards the outside and not the inside. And that's because we always have that one friend that wants us to increase the temperature and increase it even more and throw more water on the rocks. And then, all of a sudden, Bob becomes really quiet. And then you ask him, hey Bob, are you okay? And he says, yeah, I'm fine, keep going. But we all know that Bob is not fine. So you want to make sure that when Bob runs out of your sauna, that he can push the door open to get some fresh air. And that concludes lesson number 6 on how to build the perfect interior for your DIY sauna.